Hello everyone and welcome to day 16 of character design. Now today's something a little different. I kind of did a silhouette challenge and I'll explain what I mean by that. I mean, last night when I was sleeping, I looked over at my lamp and I saw this silhouette. I had a bunch of cords on my cabinet where my lamp was and I saw like this character. Just the silhouette. I saw like the head, but like I didn't see the full thing. And I'm like, that would be a really cool concept, this silhouette. So that's what this character is. I've actually done this type of thing once before with my character Grinder. I actually saw him when I was sleeping. I used to have a plant in my room, and for some reason I saw his silhouette of like the two heads, and I drew him. So I did it successfully once. So why not? Let's do it again. Let's try it. So this character is a silhouette. It was based off of a silhouette of my lamp and some cords on my cabinet. I don't have a picture, unfortunately. So I started sketching it. I eventually changed the shape of the head because I did not like this. Like, it was giving Spider-Man and I didn't like it. So I did eventually change it. But the body, I really like drawing robots, giving them like separated parts of like their chest, their torso. And I think it looks great on this design. I really thought through how I wanted things to be shaped, especially the arms, because like I am not good at drawing like legs in that shape. Do you like feral legs? Do you know how like they go in like a Z kind of? I'm not sure I'm explaining it great, but I'm not good at drawing this type of legs. I'm horrible at it. I will admit that. So I really tried to take my time and think through. This design took an hour and 10 minutes to draw. So I really thought through it. And again, I broke down each part of him because he's a robot. I broke down each part, so like the chest, and then I did like a second chest underneath, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't know. I think it's kind of nifty. So he can bend probably a bit further than what like a normal one would. So I broke it down: the chest, the under chest, his tum-tum, and his crotch. And on the legs, the pieces with lines, those are metal, so those will be colored gray. I knew that when I was sketching it. I was like, this is going to be colored gray. I'm going to put the lines in. So that's why I did that. And I gave him a tail of an outlet, which I had to do it. It's just cute, you know? Once I was done with the tail, I went on to the head. And I changed it to be more of a square, but the edges are rounded. And I gave him a little knob at the top where if you turn that knob, it'll turn on all of his lights. And then I added eyes. And I like the way I added the eyes. I think they're cute. He looks like a little happy little guy. You'd think I'd like draw him evil, but no, he's just happy to be here. And then I went on to coloring, and this character is going to be blue because my lamp in my room is blue. And after I added that light blue, I started adding the gray, a nice gray, like a light, and then a darker one to give contrast. I actually played around a while with the thought of adding yellow because like yellow light, I didn't want to do white. But it did not look good. It looks crusty. I don't like it. I don't like it. It looks... I'm not a fan. And then instead of doing that yellow, I just started blocking in different gradients of blue. Which honestly worked out really well. I like how the chest pieces go in gradients. I think that's cute. I think that's great. Once I started putting in those blues, I started messing with the concept of what would glow on him. And again, I tried yellow again. I don't know why. I just shouldn't. And I started playing around with different colors, and nothing really stuck out to me. So I just didn't. His ref sheet doesn't show him glowing, but I came back later and I will show you a drawing later of what it would look like when he is glowing. I also played around with putting like that electric design that's on his outlet on other parts of the body, but it just didn't look good. And then I played around with adding particles, which didn't look good, which, I mean, surprising because I tried to force particles onto all my characters. So I'm glad I didn't go with it because I do that too often, but then I went with stripes because that's I should have done that originally because, you know, the metal has those stripes, so I should just put it on the other parts of it because, duh. I don't know why I didn't think that to begin with. And then to get that lightning bolt that is on the outlet, I put it on the chest pieces, which looks great. I think that looks great. I think it's stunning. Then I put some gray around his eyes. That way I can make his eyes blue. And it would stand out a bit better. And I took that, of course I tried to add particles again and didn't. Of course I took that blue and I added more stripes on the little Sharpie thingies, the little stabbers. I don't know what you call those little claws. I added dark blue and then I added light blue. And then I don't know what is up with me lately and drawing a character with a good color palette and then convincing myself while I'm drawing it that it's bad. So I threw a hue over it and started playing around with it, which is good advice, don't get me wrong. If you have a color palette you don't like, throw a color over it and change the blending. But nothing looked good. The original looked better, so that's what I went with. And just to add a lighter color, I feel like that's what was missing, was a lighter color. I added some accent lines on the chest and then added some on the arms and legs, which made the design 10 times better. I'm glad I did it. Sometimes when you look at a design, it's too dark and sometimes you just need a really light color. And then I added some stripes on the tail, which I think look great. I think it just looks better. I think if I had just left it a solid color, it'd just stick out way too much. Then I added some more color on the outlet. And that's pretty much it. I love this character. His name is Lynx. I actually wouldn't change anything about this character design. Typically, I can think of like one specific thing I'd change, but I think he just looks good. It looks sleek, it looks good, and I love him. I think it's great. If you have any critiques about him, leave them down below. I'd love to hear your opinion. Anyway, that is all for today's video. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Your time means the world to me. If you want to support me, my Ko-fi is linked in the description. You can go buy a YCH, become a member, or buy an adopt. If you want to discuss art, animation, anything, my Discord is linked to my card.co. If you click my card.co, my Discord is linked there. You just have to click the Discord icon and it will take you directly to my account. You don't even need to type in my username. It's like magic. Thank you for joining me today again. I really appreciate it. I love you. Go eat something yummy. You know, go drink some water. Tell yourself, look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love yourself and you're beautiful because you deserve that. Bye. Thank you.